Hello Gemini, this is EJ with your weekly reading from March 31st through April 6th of 2025. We start out with the Empress, and the Empress is about things going really well, feeling very abundant, having a lot of great ideas, and making that become a reality, manifesting, right? There's opportunities, financially things go well. Again, this is about abundance and prosperity and things just coming to life. Feeling more energetic, feeling more creative, feeling more you. I do see a change in careers for some of you, maybe going into something very creative. I do feel like with this, again, I see there's a lot of growth. I see that there's just growth, like, you know, it's weird how I'm picturing this, but I just feel like there's a flower, a seed that has been planted, and then I see the root growing, and then it's becoming a beautiful flower. So I just feel like you're really going to shine. I feel like you're really going to expand in all areas. I see that people are going to find you very, I don't know if it's attractive is the right word, inspired. I feel like they're going to find so much inspiration through you, and I feel that, with that, I just feel like you're very productive. I feel like you'd be very joyful, very happy. I just see just a lot of happiness around here as things evolve and grow. Things look really, really good for you. I do feel like it's really, this is a good time for you to be very creative and expressive, because I see that, like, as you, like, say for instance, if you're interviewing and just everything you say is on point, is just on point. Everything that you're doing is on point. So just keep doing whatever it is that you're doing here. All right, Spirit, what else for Gemini, please? What else does Gemini need to know? I feel like some of you might feel like you're not seeing that yet, right? Like some of you feel limited or stuck in some kind of way. I know that the Empress card isn't about that, but that's what I'm picking up with the energy, because I kind of feel like I see you saying, well, I don't see that coming in yet. Just hang in. Just hang on. It'll happen. Let me grab this card that fell. And it is the Hierophant. It was just one card, and so we're going to take that. The Hierophant is a Taurus energy. And with this does let me know that you could be moving into some sort of, because the Hierophant is about institutions. So you could be changing jobs or going to school or some sort. But I feel like this is really, I mean, and also like, I know that my words are kind of like getting twisted here because the Spirit wants me to say so much and it's just coming out too fast. Excuse me. So with the Hierophant, it's a unity, right? It's like in your everyday life, you're showing commitments to your goals and they're becoming your reality, as I mentioned before. So you're taking action rather than sitting there dreaming, because you're having faith in yourself and what it is that you're doing. Okay, I do feel like you do need to be open to, you know, maybe some advice, or maybe be open to new opportunities and possibilities, because I see that coming as well. And I feel like, you know, there's a lot of progress here. There's a lot of progress here, and I feel like you're learning a lot through this progress. Again, some of you might be even going to school, might be going back to school. So I do see that for some of you as well, or learning something. If it's not going to school, I see you learning something to master it, to perfect it. But I feel like you're just, you know, yeah, wow. I just see you so happy. I just see you shine. And finding inspiration in things and being hopeful about things. And I see you really having faith as you take an approach to things, right? Some of you are advancing in your career. Financially, I think things are going to look good for you. All right. Relationships look good. Partnerships look good. All right. What else for Gemini, please? What else for Gemini? What else does Gemini need to know? I feel like you're taking it all in too. Like you're taking it all in and you're just like not overthinking it, but appreciating it. I see you like sitting and, or, you know, just really thinking about how things are unfolding and the things that you're learning and the things that you've learned. And I see you like almost having a different perspective and a different approach on how you handle certain situations. What else, Spirit, for Gemini? What else for Gemini, please? What else for Gemini, please? Whoa. These cards are being... I'm telling you, there's a lot of messages here. I do have to apologize for getting the reading out late. I had planned to do this this weekend, and well, I had an accident. But I'm good. I just have a big old open wound on my head, but I'm good. So we're here. Alright, Spirit, what else for Gemini? What else for Gemini? Okay. The Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. The Knight of Pentacles is where things are evolving, you know, they were evolving really slow. There was very slow movement, right? But as it was progressing in a slow pace, it was consistent, and it was also not only consistent, but it brought a lot of knowledge. Okay, so I see that. But I feel like because of that, it's definitely bringing rewards, and it's bringing steadiness, like stableness, right? So stableness, is that even a word? It's bringing stability, right? So whatever it was that you might have been like waiting on, whatever it was that you thought like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever, like when is this gonna happen? You know, I can't wait for this timing, I need it in my timing sort of situation. Know that it's gonna happen. You know, your patience is definitely going to be rewarded in long term. Things are going to come into fruition for you. And then with that, you have the Seven of Pentacles. And again, that's you waiting patiently for things to turn around for you, right? For whatever it was that you were working on to become a reality, to become your reality, to move in, to come into fruition for you. And the Seven of Pentacles being there is that, you know, yeah, it was a while. You patiently waited and you tried to remain positive, and through that, there's a lot of growth. So there's going to be some good news when it comes to money, when it comes to an opportunity, when it comes to job advancements or a job opportunity. I do feel like whatever it was that you were trying to work on is going to come into fruition, and it's going to come in and it's going to last. Okay, so it's not something that is going to stay, you know, for a few months or a few weeks and then be gone. No, this is going to be a long-term thing for you. And I feel like, you know, with that, I feel like it's something that definitely fits, right? It fits what it is that you're looking for. The environment fits good. It's almost like that missing piece of the puzzle, sort of, is what I'm picking up. Now, we do have the High Priestess, so we definitely want you to trust your intuition whenever it is when you're dealing with certain things, right? Now, I do feel like your dreams and your intuitions definitely provide you the answers, or are aligning you towards the direction that you should move towards. And I feel like that you really need to pay attention. If you get a nudge, you know, listen to it. And again, maybe like write down your dreams. I know I've been having some crazy dreams, so, you know, write down those dreams and really realize or really try to figure out what Spirit is trying to tell you or guide you towards, okay? I do see that. I feel like you need to be a little bit more private with things and not let everyone know what you're doing, okay? Or what's in the pipeline, because I feel like they are discouraging, okay? So I do feel like that as well. So just be, you know, careful, mindful who you tell whatever it is that you're working on, who you tell that to, okay? I feel like you are getting advice from someone, and or gaining knowledge through someone, you know, with talking to someone, right? So you're learning a lot. All right, Spirit, what else? What else? What else for Gemini? Justice, Libra. Wow, we have a lot of major arcana. If you're new here, welcome. I am also a double Gemini, but with the Justice is Libra in. I was gonna say, I don't know what I was gonna think about. Just Justice is a Libra energy, and I feel like whatever decision you might be waiting on, it is definitely going to be in your favor, okay? Whatever situation you might be dealing with, there's a resolution, and I feel like you're coming towards an end of uncertainty. So things like Maybe I'm not, you're waiting on your business to pick up or a promotion or a job. That uncertain time, that waiting period is almost over, okay? Because this comes towards the end. So I do see some contracts coming in. I do feel like there's a lot of success, and I feel like you're really happy with this. So yeah, I just see you're just really happy. Interviews are going to go really well. Success in your business, dealing with certain people and projects are going to go. You're going to have good results with a lot of different things. And so I feel like you just really need to pay attention to the direction that you're going in. And again, I wouldn't share a whole lot of information with just anybody. So just be mindful of that. And then you have the Hermit card, which is Virgo energy. And remember I said you were reflecting and you were just kind of, changing your perspective on how you dealt with things. This is you really reflecting, okay? There's a change of pace of things. There's, you're really not focused on the negative of things. Your focus is more on getting things done and making it happen sort of thing. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. I do see there's an opportunity that is definitely going to align with you. I see that a path that, you're not alone, okay? So you're not alone. I feel like your angels are around you and they're definitely guiding you towards a path that is aligning with your higher self, okay? Somewhere where you're going to fit in, like that missing piece of the puzzle that I mentioned. But, hard times are coming to an end. That waiting period is coming towards an end. So I see you just looking and searching for that light, looking for that guidance with this here. Again, really needing to trust your interest. Your interest, okay? Your intuition, really needing to trust your intuition here and knowing that things are going to balance out and work out in your favor. So we do have the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands is amazing to show up here because that is news. That is news. It's time to take action. It's time to move forward with your plans. Know that whatever it is that you're working on, whatever, if you have to travel or whatever it is it might do, there's communication back and forth, but it's very favorable. So I feel like there's exciting news. There's, things all of a sudden, there's sudden action, there's sudden results, there's sudden progress. It's exciting. Things are manifesting, right? Again, that Empress, things are starting to come into fruition for you. That's going to allow you to have a new opportunity. Look at that, the Fool. And what is the Fool all about? It's about a new journey, a new opportunity, right? New beginnings. It's a positive thing to really trust the journey and be really optimistic about it and get excited about it because things are unexpectedly happening for you, okay? Unexpected opportunities, exciting things, and result of you taking that leap of faith and believing in yourself, there's going to be a lot of growth there, okay? So a lot of growth here, a lot of things coming to fruition for you. So, but if you don't see it yet, it's down the pipeline. There's a lot of Geminis out here that are, really looking for new opportunities or waiting for a business to take off or waiting for some kind of communication. And I see that happening here. So bonus card is the Magician. See, it's time to take action here, which I see you doing. I see you that you waited a very long time and then something comes in and then I see you taking that action. So, and really having faith with that. Excuse me. Really having faith. But again, that Magician is like, I'm going to create this. I'm going to take action because I have the confidence and I have the ability to make this happen, right? So moving forward with ideas, moving forward with projects, moving forward with this new opportunity, again, and creating that new beginning and having that great expectation out of it. I feel like, when you show confidence and when you show that strength and you have faith, things align in a perfect way for you, okay? I'm going to move this up a little. Let me take a quick drink. I've been battling this cold as well, so just bear with me. We will get through this, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify. Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, and Guardian Angels. Let's clarify this reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Let's clarify about honesty and integrity, please. For Gemini, let's clarify. Let's clarify this Hermit. What is this all about? These two cards are in the center of your reading, and you might just be looking for direction or looking for, or waiting for Spirit to push you in the direction that you need to take action and create that new beginning, right? So what's this Hermit all about for Gemini, please? March 31st to April 6th. What is this all about? Okay, it's the Queen of Batons, which is Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh. Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, and this is you just really reflecting on what's important to you, and taking that having that confidence and taking action towards what it is that you desire, right? So again, making it happen. So I do love that. So I feel like you're taking that time out to really reflect and say, okay, this is what I want. This opportunity sounds really good, or this relationship, and I think that this is what I'm going to move forward with, and I'm going to have confidence about this, and I'm just going to, just make it happen, right? Make it happen. All right, Spirit, let's talk about this Empress. What is this Empress all about for Gemini? What is this about for Gemini? You could be reflecting at a time. I'm sorry. I am getting that you might be reflecting on a time where things just worked for you, and you're trying to embody that same mentality and energy. Like you are like, how was I at that point in time when everything worked out so fine for me? And balanced out evenly, and I was so happy. Like you're thinking of those times, and you're bringing that sort of energy to this moment to take action and move forward towards what it is that you want, is what I'm picking up too. Sorry, Spirit just puts things in my mind. The Empress, please. The Empress for Gemini. What is this Empress all about for Gemini? So we have the Seven of Coin. And I feel like with the Seven of Coin is that you're really considering change. When you do consider that change, I feel like with that is going to allow you to have a lot of growth, right? A lot of growth and prosperity, a lot of abundance there. Oh my gosh, you guys. And you have the Fool. So considering a change that leads to a new opportunity, you have the Fool twice. So it's a very strong indication that you are moving towards a time of a new beginning, right? Really go for what you want. Because this Fool, he's like, I'm going for what I want no matter what, right? So again, not with the High Priestess being there, not sharing all that information with others, that you are seeking a new opportunity towards a different direction. That's what this is talking about, okay? So I do see that there's something new and exciting coming your way, but you're making this happen, Gemini. You're making it happen, and the universe is seeing that. God is seeing that, and he's blessing you through this journey. Now, some of you, there might be a door or two that might be closed, because that's just trust the process, okay? Those doors closed, that is because that isn't where you're meant to be. Spirit is saying that there is another opportunity, there's another path that is the one where you're going to have a lot of growth and a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity. That's where you want to go, because you're going to go through if you go through A or B, one of those doors is not the one for you, okay? Can we talk about this Eight of Wands, this Eight of Wands for Gemini? This Eight of Wands for Gemini. What is this Eight of Wands? Justice. I love it. You have the Justice twice. You have the Fool twice. You have the Justice twice. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this is a very powerful reading for you guys. And this is going to be a very powerful moment for you. And know that Justice, again, is bringing things into your favor, right? So it's going to time, all of your actions, right? All of your actions you took led you to this point in your life, right? And with that, things are going to balance out and work out in your favor. I do see favorable contracts coming in as well. What else for that Eight of Wands? What else, please? One more card for that Eight of Wands. Okay, so we have the Ten of Coins. Wait, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10 of Coins. And what can I say? What can I say? Here we are. We're going to move towards a time of abundance, right? Having all of that coins come in. There could be a change of house. I do see that as well. But know that you're going to move into a time of having a lot of stability here, right? And it's this card also embodies, having courage to do those things, right? So again, we also have the Nine of Cups, where your wish is going to be fulfilled. Things look really, really good for you. Even though you don't see it, or you don't feel like it's, there, if it's coming your way, it is. And then you also have the Two of Coins, where the Two of Coins is adapting, right? It's adapting towards something that's exciting, that is moving you forward. So look at all of how that clarified that Eight of Wands, because the Eight of Wands is progress. This is you saying, okay, I'm going to adapt to this. You might have to compromise a little bit, but there's a lot of exciting, it's an exciting moment, right? It's exciting compromise and adaptability, adapting to the situation, but it's movement forward, and it brings you towards a time of having more than enough, somewhere where it is a wish fulfillment. It is something that you truly desire. All right, what about this Fool? Let's talk about the Fool for Gemini. What is this Fool about for Gemini, please? What is this Fool about for Gemini? Very strong, powerful reading here. There's going to be a lot of big changes, and I feel like you're ready for it. I feel like you're ready to adapt. I feel like you're ready to change. Again, that Hermit being there, reflecting and seeing what's right for you, moving in that right direction, trusting your intuition, and knowing that, whatever direction you... Sorry if you hear that. It's my dog trying to get comfortable. The Fool, please, Spirit. What is this Fool about? So we do have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is having to make some sort of decision, right? But I feel, and some of you, again, it's just, you're like, okay, what do I do, right? Remember, if one doesn't feel good, if one opportunity or information doesn't feel right, then we know the answer, right? And if that means you have to take time for yourself, like go for a walk or a drive or, whatever, however it is that you do to clear your head, then I feel like that's something that you need to do. But we also have the Nine of Coins here. So with that Nine of Coins, it does tell me that you're going to move into a time of being fulfilled. And you are going to overcome any challenges, and you are going to move towards a time of success and be really independent here. So I feel like you really do want to be independent. So the Fool is saying, okay, I need to make a decision. I can't make a decision. But then you overcome that, and then you move into that. You make that decision, and you move into this successfully. So, and you feel fulfilled of that. You feel great about that decision. I love that. Let's talk about the High Priestess. What is this High Priestess all about? I don't know why my dog does this to try to get comfortable. Like, I don't know. It's not even moving. I don't know. Okay, Spirit, let's talk about this High Priestess. What is this High Priestess all about? So we have the Knight of Batons, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. And the Knight of Batons is that you have this desire to change or move, right? You have a really strong desire to change. Trust your intuition. If it is telling you need to change, you need to move, then that's what you need to do. But I feel like you just not need to tell anyone, right? Just kind of keep it on the low until you actually have everything aligned. Because the Knight of Batons is, I want to move house. I need to change. You're desiring some sort of change, feeling a little adventurous, but also it's travel, and it's also a time of isolation, like it's taking time to yourself to really listen to where it is your intuition is guiding you, because it is paired with that High Priestess, okay? And then we also have the Knight of Coins, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. And the Knight of Coins is letting me know that you're finding an alternative solution. By the way, it's 12/12. So if any of you, that means anything to you, you may want to write that down, because there's a message for you, okay? But this is about you finding alternatives and feeling like, you know what, I'm going to move this way because this is the direction that feels better. This feels good, okay? So I do love that. All right, let's go ahead and clarify the Knight of Pentacles, please. This Knight of Pentacles for Gemini. We have Three of Swords. So with that lets me know like things have been really slow and disappointing for you with that Three of Swords being there, because that's where you felt disappointed, or you felt like, wow, I can't, like your faith was not, it's it's like this is taking too long, so it was breaking your faith. But I feel like, let's get one more, please, for that Knight of Pentacles. That Knight of Pentacles. Let's get one more. So I feel like you've been disappointed because the progress of it all was very slow. And then we have the Two of Batons. And the Two Batons lets me know that, so after this disappointment, after being disappointed, you're like, I'm determined. I'm not giving up. And so that sense of willpower came in, and it overtook, and you overcame that, right? And because of that, right, you stayed consistent and you stayed in faith. It allowed you to move into a time that you're really happy with, right? So I feel like, you know, I know that I've been through that, and you probably have too. But this is you just saying, you know what, yeah, I've been disappointed because it's been such a long time, and I really need something to happen now, right? We need something now. And then now we have the Seven of Cups, and that's about making choices, right? So you made that decision to overcome that, right? So choices and decisions that you've made. There might have been a lot of confusion as to why, when, where, how, all those things, right? But you made decisions to stand strong with that two, you know, with the Two Batons. I'm going to take control over this situation. I'm going to move in this, you know, I'm going to overcome this. And that's what you've done. And because of that, because you put that effort through, Spirit is like, all right, but let's go ahead and, you know, move. It's like in a revolving door. Let's move it and let's open these doors for Gemini. But we definitely still, you know, there's going to be a couple that we're going to have to close before we get to that one that is the one. Okay. Let's talk about the Magician. Let's talk about this Magician. What is this Magician all about, please? So we have the Hermit. And again, that's Virgo energy. And that's you really contemplating, right? You know, we're contemplating what our next move is, how we're going to do that. So you're reflecting. But you're shutting out the noise, the outside noise. You're like, no, I can't have all this noise around here. I'm going to reflect and decide what action needs to happen next. And I see you doing that, which is amazing, because that's what sometimes not sometimes, we should be doing that all the time, right? And then we have the Knight of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This is about you following what your intuition is telling you to do. Okay, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to follow what I'm passionate about, what makes me happy, what aligns with me, what feels right. And that's exactly what needs to happen. Okay. All right, Gemini, I hope that this resonated in one way or another. Let me know in the comments below. And you know what? Yeah, I guess I will start putting out your your dailies. And again, let me know how all of that is working out for you. Is that something you're enjoying? Is it aligning with the weeklies? Let me know. So if this is something I continue to do, or do we want to just do dailies, or do we want to do weeklies? So let me know in the comments below, dailies, weeklies, or both. Okay. And then also let me know how those are aligning with you. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel, liking and subscribing, and just being here with me. I greatly appreciate you. And thank you for supporting my online store where I hand make and crochet and embroider all the items myself. And until next time.